Okay, someone asked to demonstrate the flicking method. Here's 3 bee brushes I have. This one's probably the most stiff, synthetic. This would be the next one down, looks like natural hairs, and they do get nectar on them and get sticky, so wash them off every once in a while. And this is a real cheap one that came in a kit with something, and even though it's real cheap, it actually works really well. But you can use any of them. I've been using this one a lot lately. Typically I use this one, but say you have a frame and you have bees on it, and you don't just press down and brush across the frame and get the bees off. That rolls them, makes them mad. They'll be stuck to the brush, very angry. There'll be a couple bees on there. You just put it down, flick, 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 flick. A lot of times the bees will come right back to where you just were, but move the frame around, they'll crawl around the other side. But that flicking motion, even on the side of the box, you're trying to close up a box in there, just flick them up, flick them up, flick, 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 flick. Just little flicks, and they don't seem to mind near as much. So I found that technique to be extremely useful. So you just put it in front of the bees and just down and flick and lift it up, down, flick, and they'll get flung. I usually aim it back to the box. They'll get flung on the box. Sometimes you'll hear them, maybe if you have a couple frames out, hit the bottom screen a little too hard. So I try not to flick too hard, but just enough to send them on their way.